good?
Yeah. Well, I'd be better if I hadn't trimmed my damn goatee off this morning because I don't have my wall beard trimmer.
If only you look like that guy.
Yeah, I don't. I look like a bald guy with can't even grow a goatee anymore. So now that we're recording, let me just say this.
Yes.
We're heading into the holiday season, and you've got money going out for gifts. But those of you that still want to get a car, well, you need to find the best car price so that you can save that extra money for the gifts for all your loved ones. So if you want to find the best car price, go to findthebestcarprice.com/insider, where our friend Jeff and his team have compiled all of the manufacturer to customer incentives by make and model so that you'll be able to find the best car price. It's that simple. Go to findthebestcarprice.com/insider. Happy holidays, folks.
I mean, literally, I've been on the road with my dad, so we've been in constant, we're essentially like quarantining together on this car trip. You literally have never sounded like that on the whole trip. It's your radio voice. It's your pitch voice. I love it.
Yeah,
They don't pay us enough for that pitch voice.
No, I do have a pitch voice. I do have a radio voice. I used to do radio commercials.
All right, it is Saturday morning.
Yes.
So that means we got college football this afternoon.
Yes.
Before then, we've got our first for December.
Yeah, well, before then, we have we would have had our drive to Eufaula.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
We have our weekly market update.
Yes.
For the used and new car
market.
It's the first one for December.
Well, considering this is the 4th, I would assume it would have to be the first one for December because it normally comes out on Thursdays.
So let us hear it, Dad.
Okay. Well, wholesale prices continued their decline for the 12th week in a row, which, as we stated last week, it's no longer an anomaly. That's a trend. It's 3 months of wholesale price declines on pre-owned cars. The unfortunate reality is that the used car retail prices have remained essentially flat for the past, month and a half, almost 2 months. So we haven't seen commensurate retail pricing declines that we were hoping for. We still think that's going to happen. Black Book thinks that's going to happen. There is some softening of retail demand and some softening of retail prices, but not to the level that we had hoped for.
And we saw an increase in the retail listings of vehicles. So we saw more vehicles actually being listed on the market this past week than the prior week. So we have an increase in retail supply that we're starting to see. It was interesting, as we were driving, we're doing our cross-country drive, we passed an auction outside of
Nashville. Outside of Nashville.
Either outside Nashville, yeah.
It was outside
Nashville, yeah. I mean, humongous lot, not that many cars on it.
Not that many cars.
So I think wholesale side, we're starting to see less supply. But on the retail side, all that supply that has been bought up is now starting to make it to market.
Well, what we don't know, realistically, is we don't know how fewer cars, or how, I'm trying to think of the right way to say it, how there might have been less cars on the lot 8 weeks ago or 10 weeks ago or 12 weeks ago at that auction, and that what we actually might have seen was an increase in the amount of cars that were brought to the auction that are available to used car dealers and new car dealers nationwide. My suspicion is that was probably an increase in available inventory as opposed to a decrease based on auction prices declining and things of that nature, which would indicate to me the reason the prices are declining is because there's more vehicles available to bid on.
Which one of the inputs for the used car supply is definitely going to be repossessions and loans that are in hardship, and then those vehicles are making their way back to auction. We've talked about a lot of the prior videos, and it's the same story there. Lease returns are not making it to auction. Dealers are grounding them and using them for their own inventory, but we did see delinquencies go up.
Yes, and if I can explain what we mean when we say the grounding dealership, this is how it works at the end of a lease. The lease customer, if they still live in the area where they leased the car from, is expected to return that car to the original dealership that they leased the car from. And once they do that, that is considered the grounding dealership. They have returned their lease car, and that dealership inspects it and then notifies the lender that the car has been returned as per contract. So that would become the grounding dealer. The grounding dealer has the first option to buy that vehicle once it's been grounded. And with used car inventories in somewhat short supply, returned lease cars are very desirable vehicles because most leases are anywhere from 10 to 15,000 miles a year, so that you could be looking at 3-year-old cars with 30 to 45,000 miles or less on the odometer. So those would be good cars for those dealers to have. So the grounding dealer is where the lease customer dropped off their lease car at the end of the lease. That's what we mean when we say the grounding dealer.
No, that makes plenty of sense. And then back on the delinquency side, I think it was over 11% of subprime loans are currently in delinquency. And as government programs, run out, and as these forbearance programs come to a close, there's going to be a lot of repossessions. And Black Book's made it very clear that they expect that to drive wholesale used car inventory.
And I would think that 11% number for subprime is going to go higher if there is no stimulus from the government to help these folks.
Definitely.
If people have to make a choice between making a car payment and making a rent payment,
they're going to pay rent.
They're going to pay rent. And they're going to hide their car as much as they can so that it doesn't get repossessed. It's just a terrible situation for a lot of people out there today.
Yep. Let's break it down, Dad, by vehicle segment. So we'll do cars first. I'll put the chart up on the screen.
Okay.
So we have a huge decline week over week in subcompact car prices, over a point.
Yeah, which is huge. And when you consider that we've been seeing wholesale prices drop for the past 12 weeks, and let's say it's been an average of about 0.5 point.
Yeah.
So that means over the last 12 weeks that wholesale prices
6%
have gone down 6%. And that really is quite a bit. And for subcompact cars to drop 1% in a week, that's huge.
Yep. So if you're looking at the Hyundai Accent and the, I don't know, what's the Ford? The Ford's got a teeny
Focus,
tiny,
maybe?
Ford Focus.
Do they still make the Focus?
Yeah, they do. I was thinking the Fusion, which is obviously a little bit bigger. But no, in those subcompact cars, big decrease week over week on the wholesale side. That will inevitably or eventually happen on the retail side.
Yes.
Less of a decline on compact cars, less of a decline on mid-size cars. Full-size cars saw big declines. Near luxury, is that what that says?
That does say near luxury cars dropped 0.65%.
What's near luxury? What do you think that means?
Well, if you were Acura, that was your claim to fame. We were near luxury. We're hoping to be luxury, but we're just not quite there yet.
So it's not Audi, it's not BMW, it's not Mercedes-Benz, it's your Acura. I guess Lexus is luxury.
Lexus is luxury. Genesis might be considered near luxury today, although they would consider themselves a luxury brand.
So an Acura.
Volvo might be considered near luxury.
Yeah.
Although, realistically, what Black Book might consider near luxury, most folks would consider luxury vehicles.
Yeah, exactly. Then we've got luxury cars that had their about a 0.4 point decline.
Yeah.
Prestige luxury cars over 0.5 point. Sporty cars, another big decrease because of, obviously we're in December as well, so there's less demand. And then premium sports cars, less of a decline.
Yes.
Overall, almost a 0.5 point decrease week over week. Then on the truck side of things, we've got a humongous decline in terms of subcompact crossovers. So those teeny tiny crossovers, there's been a big decrease, obviously.
Would that include the Buick Encore?
Buick Encore, Kia Sportage.
The Sportage.
You can see the rest, the compact crossovers. The other big one is the subcompact luxury crossover. So in the subcompact space, both cars and SUVs, that's where we're seeing big declines. Minivans.
Yes.
Continue to fall off a cliff.
Yes.
So if you're in the market for a minivan, go look.
And sad but true, if I was actually caught dead driving in a minivan, I probably would drive it off a cliff.
No, Dad.
I jump right before I get to the edge.
I'm going to get you a Nissan Quest for your 70th birthday.
God, I hope not.
And then small pickup trucks saw a really substantial decline as well. Think about that, $163 week over week as the decrease on like a Nissan Frontier pickup truck.
Yes,
or
a Colorado.
Ford Ranger. Yeah. that's a significant amount of money.
Yes.
That's being lost week over week.
And full size pickup trucks, unfortunately, only declined a little over 1/10 of a point.
Which honestly makes sense. As we were doing our cross country drive, and you get out into areas that are a little less urban, and it's like, I mean, all you see are pickup trucks. We're the only Mini on the road.
Yeah, as I mentioned to Zach when we were driving, just seeing our car, people know we couldn't be local because, well, we're not driving a pickup truck.
Yeah, the pickup truck central,
Yeah.
which is it makes sense. You're out there, you need the utility.
Yes, although I will say this, for when we drove through Tail of the Dragon, I'm glad we did it in a Mini and not a full-size pickup truck.
Yeah, you'll see a video soon. We're going to do a bit of a review of Tail of the Dragon. Super cool experience. But overall, the story stays the same. Used car prices continue to decline. On the new car side, we have
used car retail prices.
Yeah,
wholesale
also.
prices continue to decline. Retail prices have leveled out slightly or are declining slightly. And I believe they're predicting that we should see a significant, larger than normal, of course we've been saying this every week and so has Black Book, a larger than normal decline in retail pricing through the first half of next year.
Yeah, well, and honestly, even as we get to the Christmas time and New Year's, you should be able to negotiate good deals as well. And I was going to say, on the new car side, we have all of the holiday incentives that are now out as well. So it's an interesting time in the market. Continue to use the market price report. We have the Run a Report to Win contest going on right now. So Run a Report to win the Amex gift cards or YAA merch.
And the gift cards were valued $150, $175, and $250. And I hope to win the $250 because these hotel rooms are getting expensive, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, Pops. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. I can't wait to do another.